Today on my channel, Planner Friends, we are going to create a little gratitude project for 4 weeks of November. So this is my project, and I'm going to show you how I made it and talk to you about what this project is. And I'm going to offer you 4 different scriptures that you can read, add on to your faith study every week, so you too can participate in 4 weeks of gratitude in faith and in Jesus. So stay tuned. Hello, Planner Friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for taking your time. Your time is so valuable, and thank you for spending it with me. If you're new, you're welcome to subscribe and tap the notification bell. If you're returning and you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you so much. As some of my fellow YouTubers say, subscribe. It's free. I love this space. I love the community we're creating. I love providing, inspiration. And I just put up a free resource on Medium. I'll link that below about gratitude. So let's get on with it. On Sundays, it's always about Jesus, Bible study, faith study, journaling, and a cup of tea, as always. Don't you love this mug? It's the Atomic Cat. My mom got it for me. I love my mom. She's so cute. Anyway, she is a blessing and then some. This is my Carpe Diem A5 Faith Planner. And I was thinking, as I worked on my journal, my gratitude journaling project, and I wrote out, my list of prompts is really extensive. You can use it any time of the year. But I put so much thought into it because having taught for so long and worked with college students, I know, well, I'm not going to digress. I just know that telling a student, write a paper on X versus including, focus on this subject, but also remember to include, and then you have different prompts for them, it yields a better, more satisfying result. That's all I'm going to say. So today, I was thinking, I haven't done this before in this planner. I'm not redecorating it. I set this up in September, and I love this Be Happy collection from Echo Park. This was from Coco Daisy. I had it. These clips I had. And what I'd like to do is something I did last year, not in this, but in this year is my gratitude journal. What about adding to my faith planner kind of 4 weeks extra of some gratitude scripture? So that's what we're going to do today, is a little project. And my idea, I was going through my stash, and I'm thinking already about Advent and Christmas. And this was a project I created last year for my faith planner. And it was a scriptural or a biblical faith, let's try this again, a faith version of the 12 days of Christmas. So for example, instead of 4 maids of milking, it was the 4 gospels. And I found this online, and I gave credit to the resource. And I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do this year. And then I thought, well, gee, I'm doing a gratitude journal, but why not 4 weeks? Not every day. I'm not doing 30 days in this. I mean, I do 30 days of faith studying, but you know what I'm saying. But a resource where every week there's just one little verse of scripture tucked in here to remind me that where does gratitude come from? Well, for me, it's certainly rooted in my faith. It's my faith that's gotten me through my illness and gets me through every day. It's my faith that's gotten me through heartache. It's my faith that when I'm scared and I'm anxious, and I'm very transparent about my anxiety issues and how I'm coping with them, and I'm not good, doing well, but so much of it is rooted in faith. So what I did, I'm on this thing this year about not buying what I don't have to buy. So I dug into the paper collection I have here, some leftovers. I've been using this a lot, and I thought I could create just a front and back sheet. I'm not going to create a folder, but something to put in here. And then starting, Sunday, I'm filming this on Friday actually. So starting here, I can put little pockets maybe for sticking a scripture, you know, where to go for the scripture. Does this make sense to you? I hope it does. So what I'd like to do is this is what I've got here. And I pulled these out too. You can see I've been using these, obviously. I've been cutting out hearts and so forth. And yeah, I pulled out this one too. I use this for my dashboard in my A5. So I save the scraps. I just do. So to start off with, what I did is I used a dashboard from in here, and my trick, I have visual challenges. I use a bright yellow pencil to make my lines, and I do that so that I can actually see it first off. And I have found if you use really dark, it's noticeable. If you use white, sometimes it's not noticeable. So yellow is a good compromise. So I'm just going to pause here and cut this. I get nervous because of my visual issues to cut it on camera. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if it's perfectly straight. Looks like the bottom here is a little wonky. We'll see. So let's get to it. What I did is, this is an old dashboard I had, or divider, whatever you want to go. It doesn't have a tab on it, but I use this as my template. So I made this slightly larger, very slightly, as you can see, and yeah, this works well. Okay, so what I'd like to do is grab my trusty hole punch. Maybe for Christmas I'll get a 6-ring punch, you know, that, not an expensive one, but so I'm not always just doing it by hand. I can put it on my Christmas list, yes. I know they have them at Hobby Lobby. Carpe Diem sells them. In fact, I could even look at Mercari. There you go. Okay, so we've got 3 there. And then what I do is I make sure it's lined up, because sometimes you'll punch these, but the bottom piece is lifted a little bit. So pause when you're doing that and do this. Okay. All right, so that's a good start. And again, this is not a complex craft, but it's fun. And again, I hope I inspire you. So the question is, am I going to do it this way or this way? And I'm really inclined to do it like on this side, right? So now I'm doing 4 weeks of gratitude. So I need pockets here. I figured 2 on each side. And how am I going to measure those is the question, right? And what am I going to use? I could use this side. This is really cute. This seems kind of, I could use this, but it seems kind of redundant. And I have this one, but I also kind of like this. I have this. I have more of this. I do save most things. It's crazy. Now, on the one hand, hold on, let me think a minute here. If I do this, I can do this on this side and this on, or let me see. Yeah, I could do this on this side. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. So now the question is, all right, let me move some of this out of the way. So I've got these 2 pieces. And I think this is actually a good, well, it could be a little smaller. So I need to stop a minute here and measure and think. Okay, so I cut 2. They're still a little big, I think. So I think we can bring this down just slightly. Yeah, I can kind of line each one up here. Maybe there. All right, I'm going to do this on camera, even though I get so nervous. Let's try that. Did it work? It did. So let me do this and then 2 more. Okay, I think I've got it to wait, did I miss one? No, there it is. Okay. All right. So now I grabbed some double-sided tape. Honestly, this is from Dollar Tree, and I've had it for a while, and I haven't been using it, so it is time to use it. So I have 2 here. Now the back, this is a little slightly smaller. I did front and back slightly different. Like I said, visual challenges. Don't get everything perfectly straight. Don't get everything. I try. I really do, you know. Okay, so these are the back and these are the front. And I like this. I'm glad I'm doing this. So let me try to, let me see here. I'm going to have to, okay. So I need to measure this out, right, and do it a little bit longer. Cut it a little long without it showing. Of course, that's the key. See, it's already sticky. Boy, this stuff is good. It's sticky. maybe Dollar Tree, but it's good. So let's get rid of that part. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to wrestle with this off camera because I don't know that I'm coordinated enough to do it with you. Let me try one, and so you can see it. Okay, and we're going to put this here. That's good. Whew. Cut it long. Oops. So then you have an easier time of peeling it off. Okay, peeling it off is always tricky, but that's okay. And this is going to get sticky and messy and whatever, but let's just do it and get it set up. I wonder if the more expensive tapes come off easier than the Dollar Tree version. Probably. Not necessarily, but probably. By the same token, you know, saving money, right? So I'm going to put a little piece here. Let me just cut. It doesn't have to be the full length, I don't think. And I'm going to cut one for over there. Okay. So now I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to put this one there. Oh, this one's a little too long. Okay. Better. Okay, and let me pull these off. Alrighty. See, now I think I've got it. And that leaves a pocket right there. It's not a big pocket, but it's a pocket. So let me do the rest of these and I'll be right back. Okay, I did it. It took a little bit of doing, and you know what? That's okay. I'm new to some of this. This one's not quite sticking down totally, but I'm new to a lot of this. So I'm experimenting and I'm honest about it, and I do it on camera. So now I also had some of these left, and I thought what I would do is I measured 4 out on here on cardstock. What I'd like to do is take one of these. I'm going to cut out the cardstock so I can write the scripture on the verse, you know, and chapter on here, so then I can look it up. So let me cut this. Again, I'm new to a lot of this. I'm winging a lot of this, but that's okay. You're learning with me, and I don't think there's anything wrong. In fact, I love learning together, shall we say. So I have this white cardstock here, and yeah, let's see how I can do this. I'll make it a little smaller. Okay, kind of worked. This is really fun, and I'm glad we're doing this. I really am. I'm glad I decided to do this. So it'll be smaller. So I'm just going to line this up and give it a quick. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, that's good. Whoops. Well, tell you what, dealing with that glue, the two-sided tape was not easy, and I feel like, you know, I have nails here. If you know a better brand, feel free to let me know. So let me clip the rest of these. Now, these don't have to be perfect because the back will be hidden. I'm getting out my regular adhesive here. This is from Recollections, and let's just put it on, right? These things drive me crazy too. I'm not the most coordinated. Is this one done? No, there we go. Yay, okay. So let's glue these on here. Or adhere them, shall we say. That's fine. It's not perfectly centered. Let's play with this a little more. Let's try it again. Again, sometimes working on camera makes me nervous, but yeah, as my mentor and coach, I haven't been working with her recently, but Windy, W-I-N-D-Y, says, do it scared. I think in January I'm going to go back to her program. I took a break, and I think the break was fortuitous, and boy, do I learn a lot. And it's just nice to have company of women that are like-minded. We moved. I have a lot of friends that aren't here, and I kind of live online with my friends, or I've been doing more phone calls, but it's just nice to have that little group every week to say, hey, you know, what are you doing? How's it going? And I learn so much, and I'm always about learning. Okay, how are we doing here? I think this is good. So then I thought what I would do is take one of these Tombow marker things that I have here. Okay, somehow my I don't know, I thought I was filming and I wasn't. So let me show you what I wrote down and so forth. I use my plum paper. It's my project planner. And I write notes. I have a notes section in the back. So here are the verses that I selected. This is for the front. Colossians 3:15. What that one is. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful. And the whole verse, I picked these verses. How I did it is I went through the YouVersion Bible app and I looked up gratitude. There were many passages, and then I went through those to see what I liked the best, not only in terms of this specific verse, but actually the entire chapter. So again, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful. So that's this week's verse. And I'm just going to put this right here. Next week is Philippians. I missed an I here. Ooh, see, I'm glad I caught it. Philippians 4:13. And the scripture is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And again, it is about gratitude and what Christ does for us. So I'm going to put that one here. And then on the back, let's see. Yeah, this one is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. And the scripture reads, these are the ESV version, by the way. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God. So give thanks in all circumstances. And I put this here. And finally, this is one of my all-time favorite verses, the entire chapter, because one of the best things about this verse is it goes through what Christians call the Old Testament. Some people call the Hebrew Bible, but it goes through and says, this is what happened to Abraham. This is what happened to Sarah. And it goes through and leads up and shows how the promises of God came through every time for us. And so Hebrews 11:1, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Always one of my favorite verses. So I'm going to put that one right there. And yeah, so those are the 4 verses. I'll put them down below so you can, if you're interested, you can do that. Yeah, so I added this on after I decorated, so it's going to go backwards a little bit, but that's okay. We've got this. Or I can just, why don't I just do this and forget the ending I originally had. So now I decorated it. What I used to decorate it, sorry about that, I was editing and I realized I missed a chunk. This is a collection, or it's just a cardstock stickers I'd picked up a long time ago off of Etsy from Gisele Designs. She's not got anything on sale right now. I checked, but isn't this cute? It's from Cartabella. It's old. Doesn't matter if it's old. It was inexpensive, and I used a lot of elements in my plum paper. Actually, it's over here. So now I have to figure out, so I had these hearts already cut, so I adhered those on in 4 different places, and then I took some of the elements from that collection there. I may have to tack this down a little more, and I just wanted to zhuzh it up, and then I put a count your blessings here. I love how this turned out. Not for anything, but I'm really thrilled about that. So I think what I'm going to do here is put it right in front of November here, if I can get that in there. And then in addition to my regular study every week, I will just do this and pull it out and say, hey, this is this week's lesson, in addition to the studies that I'm doing. And so, yeah, again, I will write the verses down below. I just went through YouVersion Bible app, which is free. I looked at the ESV version and looked up gratitude, and then just zhuzhing it up. And as you can see here, it doesn't, what I just created doesn't change the colorways up front here. And I like the fact that it's right here, right in the front, so I won't forget it. And so there we are, friends. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really, really hope I inspire you. I love that this space gives me the opportunity to create and learn on camera. And I love the fact that you join me and we're learning together. That's really important to me. The best learning is, in tandem with others in many ways. All right, friends, that's it for this this week. And again, I hope I inspire you. I say again a lot, but I also want to remind you, I only used items I had. I didn't buy anything for this project, so I'm proud of that. All right, friends, thanks again for being here. Have a blessed week. Bye, Faith and Planner friends.